Sean, what do you think about Karl Marx? When you think about Karl Marx, Communist Manifesto, what does the union think about Karl Marx?
We don't focus on that. We don't focus on that subject matter. We're focusing on, organizing new members, right? Negotiating the strongest contracts, and also negotiating pensions into those. The Teamsters pension plans are solvent throughout the whole country. We've got majority of our members are in defined benefit plans. And the reason why employers were able to, again, get out of their obligations is because of the weak bankruptcy laws. Like you brought up United. Those folks lost their pension.
I know they did.
Right? And
I remember that.
And they're not the only ones. There's a lot of companies out there that, did the same thing. But my point to all this is when there's no consequences in the bankruptcy laws, that's what people lose, right? And pension funds are guaranteed, whether the economy's strong,
yes,
whether the economy's weak. 401k, no one has ever successfully retired off a 401k. No one. I know people in 2009 when the crash happened, they retired from Polaroid. They had $500,000 in their 401k or $1 million in 401k. Within a day, their net worth's wiped out, 33% of the net worth. Guess what?
Right.
People that retired thinking they were going to be able to live off that $1 million had to go back to work.
But what 401k is an added benefit. And
well, it's a supplemental benefit.
Yeah, some companies do it right. Some don't match at all. Some do match. If a company's matching you, you put $400 a month, they match you, 4%, 100% of it. That's free money. Take it because you're not going to get it on a different place, right? There's some benefits to it. But that alone is not enough. I do believe there needs to be additional added stuff for people to.
I got a bad idea. Right? That's my podcast.
I know that,
right?
Yeah.
So what we do is we negotiate the pension,
okay,
right, in most of our major contracts. And we also have a 401k
okay,
that's voluntary. But our goal is to not have our members take any money out of their pockets to invest in their retirement. Our goal is to work with the employer, negotiate a contract, and have the employer pay into that pension fund on behalf of the people that are making their company a success. And I'm a prime example. Okay, so I went to work as an apprentice, Teamsters Local 25 for a crane and rigging company. We had a pension and we had an annuity. Okay, and I never ever had to worry about taking 5, 6, 7% of my money out of my pocket to invest because I knew that the union negotiated a pension and a annuity in that contract.
Why do you think 90% of people don't want union? For example,
I don't know if 90% don't want union.
Well, it's a big percentage that are not union. But I'll give you an example.
Look, there are some employers out there that treat their people right.
And that's where I'm going with this.
Right.
I guess where I wanted to go with this because, I do events. We've been doing events the last 20 years. Sean, we probably spend somewhere between $50 to $80 million on events, just events, every year. Okay, so audiovisual, $2 million. Staging, seats and lighting and all this stuff. You spend a lot of money. Hotel, rooms. I got to tell you, if we go to a hotel that's union, it is a pain in the ass to work with them. It is super difficult to work with them. And the hotel will say, by the way, wink, wink, we're non-union. We're easy to work with. And they'll say, like, let's just say you're XYZ hotel, he's ABC hotel, and you're non-union, he's union. They'll use that as a way to say, look, we're non-union. If you want to work with us, we're easy to work with. Those 3 hotels you're looking at, we know how they are. They're union. Here's what they're going to do to you. Here's what they're going to do with this. Here's what they're going to do with this. And then you'll say, okay, well, I'm going to go here because this guy's got more space and he's got a bigger name. Then you go to them and you're like, man, this guy was right. I should come back here. Don't get me wrong. Not all hotels who are union are abusive.
I can't wait to do another event at a union hotel after this. They're going to be looking at you.
I know they are, but what I'm trying to tell you is, and the union have relationships with me. I openly talk about this all the time. It's not something I'm
but you
with.
think about this. There's some areas that are densely unionized, and it's embraced, and it's part of the culture, right? You go to other parts of the country where they don't have unions, it's cheaper. I get that argument, but to say like, hey, wink, wink, nod, nod, they're non-union, we're going to get better service, I disagree with that. We're in the trade show business. We work with Freeman Decorating, GES, some of the biggest and best in the business. And the opinion on most people when they come to these trade shows or go to these trade shows is, again, my point, our workers are trained better, our productivity is much better, and there's less stress put on the event because you got professionals doing it. I don't buy into like, oh,
Do you
it's
think
cheaper.
all the union workers work as hard as you do, or your
Yeah,
pops
the
did?
majority of them do. You've always got, in any industry,
Right.
you've always got that 5% that have the same 5% of the problems, not showing up for work, being late.
I think it's just
that's always going to be
5%.
that. Yeah, I think 95% of our members go in there every single day and they give it
You are
110%.
man. Listen,
And look, me, I'm a perfect example. I was the biggest advocate, and I'm always going to be an advocate for working people. And I was a shop steward.
but you're a worker.
I never went to work late. I never called in sick because you got to set the example.
Let me put it to you.
And I would tell members that were going down a bad path. Listen, we retain the business. The employer is just the broker that when we go out there to provide a service, the people are going to rehire us because of us, not because of anybody else.
Well, you're an honorable man, though. So to me,
95% of the people are honorable.
No, what I'm saying, I'm not saying they're not. Listen, I'm a guy that came up with the working. I'm not a guy that's not connected to. This business has been around. This entire business you see here, from day one we started 2013 till today. You know how much money I've taken off the table? This whole thing, this much. I don't pay myself a penny per year. I've never paid myself anything from this. If I go do a speaking gig, they pay me $350 for an hour. Nothing comes to me. It goes all into the business. I don't take anything out. I pay our guys well.
I know they're out there. You know what we're doing right now?
What are they doing?
The whole staff was signing recognition cards to the
You're
Teamsters.
so funny.
They're going to join. They're going to join right now. He's laughing.
You are
He
so
signed
funny.
one. He signed one. Yeah.
But let me tell you, one of my guys is like, so what if over here people team up and they want to do this and they want to do that? So listen, the way I see it is a complete different way. If I take care of you and we talk business openly with numbers and you see how it works and you're involved in the equity, you're involved in the upside of the business, you're involved in the, an LTIP, you're involved with 401k, you're involved with profit sharing, you're getting paid as if you're a business owner. Why would you not be happy about it? So our philosophy has always been the other way around. But I want to put it on you a little bit.
Let me see that paper for a minute. I'm not going to read your writing, all right? I do this all the time. When we're talking to people that want to join a union, and they'll have questions.
Yeah.
And people want information. They have questions. And they'll say, why should I join a union? I said, are you getting a guaranteed raise every year? No. Does your health care costs go up every year? Yes. Do you have a pension? No. Does your job ever get threatened? Yes. Okay. My employer's telling me I don't need a union because, we're all a family and we don't need an intermediary to talk about our disputes. And I said, that's all well and good. Do yourself a favor. Mark down 5 things on a piece of paper. Guarantee wage increase per year. Affordable health care with no rising costs, right? A pension that I can, retire on. And 4, job security. And put a signature page, an agreement between you and the employer, and give this to your employer. See if he signs it. If he signs it, you don't need us. If he refuses to sign it, you need us because he's not going to live up to those 4.
So let me flip it on you,
criteria.
Mr. Putting stuff on the paper.
You like
Let's
that,
put it
huh?
on you, Mr. Sean O'Brien, Mr. Tough guy, Teamster, my kind of guy. Here's a question for you.
This is not a birth defect. I earned it.
By the way, it's so funny because you, Dana, and another guy named Sean Mike, the swag, and of course Dana's. You guys are similar area.
Yeah, I know
right?
Dana.
Dana's a tough guy himself. Dana's the right guy for the job that he has. That's a whole different conversation. I'm not going to go there, but let's stay over here because UFC definitely doesn't want the union to go after do what they're doing there.
Well, I mean, they've been clear. I think it's like boxing and everybody else. These boxers, these UFC fighters, they're all considered independent contractors.
That's right.
Okay, but again, let's take boxing, for instance. Boxing, you had the promoters making all the money.
He looks like your cousin. You guys look like you're related. I mean,
he is from Boston.
I know he is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think we're the same age, too. I know Dana pretty well. Dana's a good guy.
Good. You were making a point. Boxing, UFC, you were going to make a point there.
You look at pro sports. You look at the NFL. You look at NHL. You look at Major League Baseball. They're all under a collective bargaining agreement. They all have checks and balances, health insurance. They've got pensions if you trigger a certain amount of games and or years. Those folks retire young, 33, and they've got to work. And some of them have debilitating medical conditions as a result of their sports that they played. I mean, the same as in boxing and UFC, but, they've been considered independent contractors. Was that right or wrong? I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about the sport, but I know when you're talking about pro teams like NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, there have been unions in there since the inception for most parts. And the reason is because, there's terms and conditions, there's negotiations, there's retiree medical.
NBA collective bargaining,
Right.
all this other stuff.
But then they have their side deals.
Right.
Right. You got the
Right.
collective bargaining agreement that is basically has to be followed.
Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic. I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker. You question things. You like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. White ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.